flour. Get a big bowl. Handful of herbs. Get the fresh stuff. So, what I'm doing, I'm just gonna put a whole bunch of shit in the bowl and make bread. And don't use measuring cups because they're dog shit. Just figure out the weight of what you want and then weigh it. You tear it to the weight of your bowl. You know what? I got my sifter and my all-purpose flour bucket. And you sift it so that it's real fine. And it mixes a bit better. Makes it a little fluffier too. It's good. And I'm going to go for maybe 350 grams of flour. And don't be afraid to make a mess. It's cool. All right. Take my word for it, but we're up at 350 grams of flour. And then what you want to decide if you want a really moist bread or a really dry bread. I find that the sweet spot is around 70%. So what you do, you just take your calculator, and we did 350 grams of flour. Multiply that by 0.7, which is your 70% hydration. So I need to put in 245 grams of liquid. And what I like to use is almond milk from Costco. Breaking out my salt and my yeast. And I'm wanting to tear that. I'm just going to be doing maybe 10 grams of salt. Yeah, I got it to 9, close enough. And then we're doing 10 grams of dry active yeast. And there are many different brands of dry active yeast. I use Fleischmann's, but I'm not really attached to it. It all does the same thing. Alright, got 9 grams in there, that'll be good. And then we can set that off to the side for now. And what we're going to be doing is just grab a bowl. We're going to be shaking up our liquid. Again, I'm using almond milk. You can use whatever the hell you want. Bread is very forgiving. It was 245 grams. I went a little over. I'm at 253, but yeah, we're just at the end of this, so. Finish her off. Don't need the second one. And then you got some options here. You can use olive oil, or what I prefer is butter. And you just take a good load of butter, drop her in. Use actual butter. I just have this as a container. This stuff is dog shit. It spreads easy, but it's not good. Alright, so we got our butter. What else am I looking for? Is that it? It's been over a month since I made bread, so I have to think about this for a minute. I'm thinking about my pizza dough. Usually in my pizza dough I add a little bit of honey, but this, you just want to heat it up till it's warm. You don't want it hot or you'll kill the yeast when you add it. I'm just throwing that in the microwave for 40 seconds. That'll probably be good. And while that is cooking, what I'm going to be doing is chopping up some herbs to throw in with my bread. So we got some green onions, and you can do just about any herb. I really like green onions, so we'll use a healthy amount there. You don't have to get real technical with it. Cilantro is a bit colorful for bread, but I'll throw some in there. Ooh. Love the smell of cilantro. Makes me want tacos. And a fair amount of parsley. I honestly prefer curly parsley. So curly parsley is like that. It's more tight and kind of bunched together. Whereas traditional flat parsley, it's more stems and leaves. But I find that there's more stems than there are leaves, and it kind of annoys me because I don't want to eat stems, I want to eat the leaves. And then we just chop the hell out of it. Be careful, don't cut yourself. This would be much easier if I had a food processor, but that's okay. I don't mind cutting it up this way. And you want this about as fine as you can get it. I think I might actually want to add a bit more, just because I did quite a bit of flour, 350 grams. We want to make sure that we got enough to really have some good flavor in there. And you have a few different options here, so you can add the chopped up herbs kind of at the start. So you throw it right in the bowl here. Or you can wait until after the first rise, called the proof, and then fold it into the dough. Both ways work great. I just find it's easier to mix it in from the start. That seems really nice, really fine. At least fine enough for my purposes. this. And I'm just gonna use your hand, get dirty, mixing all of the dry stuff together. So in here we got the 350 grams of flour, 10 grams salt, 10 grams of dry active yeast. And do not forget the salt. You do not want bland bread. It's probably mixed up well enough. And I'm very loosely mixing this. I don't want to compact the flour at all. The idea is to keep it really loose and light and easy to accept about anything. We're going to take this, mix all that in. Again, you can fold that into the dough later if you want, but I like to mix it in here. Ooh, smells good. And sometimes, maybe I'll show it another time, I like to mix in jalapenos. So if you want kind of a spicy bread, I've done jalapeno bread, I've done habanero bread, and it more spreads out the flavor and the heat across the loaf of the bread. So it's not super hot, not super spicy, but you do get a lot of the flavor. So if you like the flavor of jalapeno, it's good. That's my dog in the background. That's Chloe. She's adorable. And I think this might be good. I may want a bit more. And I have some of these herbs. I have some dry oregano leaves. I'm just gonna mix in a good amount. Honestly, there's not really a science to it. Oh, this thing's pretty much empty. Let's just top it off. Because I'm feeling colorful. I don't have any fresh thyme, so I'm going to do some dried thyme leaves. And I'm just going to mix all that in again. And that's starting to smell real good. I'm liking it. Try this actually. Get you. Oh, I just realized I'm getting flour all over my camera. Get a little bit of a closer view for you. Just mixing that up nice and good. And now what we're going to do is look at this. So this is our liquid and butter mixture. It looks like it isn't quite melted, the butter all the way, so I'm just going to throw that in for another 15 seconds. All right, give that a check. All right, we're close. Let's move the dry stuff out of the way. It's still got some solid butter, but the heat kind of attaches to the edge of these ceramic bowls. So by mixing it, you're kind of spreading that heat out. Again, you don't want it to get too hot. What's up, Jack O'Geary? I'm making bread. It's exciting stuff. All right, we got it pretty well mixed in. You can see there's one chunk of butter, but it's fine. It's going to mix in just fine. And Add that in here. Move this bowl over to the sink where it won't make a mess where I'm working. And then just mix it in with a bowl. With a bowl. Clearly there's a bowl with a spoon. You can do this by hand. I prefer to do this part with a spoon just because a lot of the bread or the dough is pretty tacky and liquidy. I think you should make pizza tomorrow. Hell yeah, man. I mean, there's a lot of wait time for fucking bread. I could make the pizza tonight. I don't have anything planned for dinner. Bread Wednesdays and pizza Thursdays. Hell yeah. But it kind of mixes together into a kind of like shaggy dough. And you just mix it in as much as you can. I added quite a bit of herbs, so a lot of that makes the dough a little drier than that 70% hydration that I had planned on earlier. So it's going to be a little bit of a drier bread. I could have planned for that a bit better, but it's hard to mess up bread. Yeah, it's all pretty forgiving. And we got nice and shaggy. And here's the boring part. We cover it and wait 15 minutes. Let's put that there. Where the rest of the gang at? I have no idea. I don't even know who you are. Who is Jack O'Geary? You have a little cat icon. I'm guessing you're Nika? You feel offended by that. Tough titties, man. Tough titties. Never heard of them? Yeah, me neither. Alright, let me set a timer for 15 minutes. And what's happening during this phase is it's kind of like, I don't know all the sciencey stuff, but it's something called autolyzing, where essentially with a moist dough, you don't have to knead it as much. It's kind of just developing the gluten proteins on its own just by sitting there. So when I leave it here for 15 minutes, I don't have to knead as much, which I kind of enjoy kneading, so I don't know. Let me put my herbs away. Okay. What do you think? Should I do a pizza tonight? That sounds pretty good. Yes, sir. Pizza time. Okay. I'll do some pizza. I don't have a very big bowl. I'm using my only big bowl, and my second big bowl is in the freezer. Check this out. Your man made homemade strawberry vanilla ice cream, and it's the bomb. I'm not going to eat that now. I want actual food. Okay, pizza time. Pizza time. I don't know if I can fit 300 grams of flour or 200 grams of liquid in this. But we're going to find out. Where the donate and OnlyFans link at, though? I don't know how to set that shit up. And this shit's never going to make money anyway, so... if you feel like donating, research a charity and donate to them. You know? You know, if you're feeling real generous. All right. This is a 2-for-1. So, we're doing pizza tonight. Which, for my pizza, what I do is 300 grams of flour. There we go, we got 300. Move that over. If you don't trust me, it's right there. Yeah, there's a reflection. Tough titties. Yeah, this is going to be kind of tight in this bowl, but we're doing it. What am I looking for? Oil. Okay, move that out of the way. UK people would measure it in stones. Well, what I forgot to measure was yeast, because I need yeast. We're just going to do 10 grams of yeast, or if you're feeling wild, heroin. It may have been a bit too much, but that's fine. It'll just rise a little quicker. Next we want, maybe the same amount. Salt, between 5 and 10 grams. We got 8 in there. And again, I'm not packing it. It's just loose mixing because we don't want to compact the flour. Makes it have dry patches that don't rise as well. Okay, now we are measuring the liquid. Again, any liquid works. I'm using almond milk because it doesn't give me the shits. And I've found that for pizza dough, the perfect hydration is 66%. So I did 300 grams of flour, 200 grams of liquid. Now I'm going to do 10 grams of olive oil. Nailed it. And if I can get it out, 10 grams of honey. It just makes it a little sweeter, except my honey's all crystallized. Gah. Might be easier if I grab a knife. Just take the lid off. You would use gasoline. Yeah, that's what adds the flavor. Okay, we're gonna... We're gonna take the lid off. Oh shit. I did a lot of honey. So, I generally do 10 grams of honey. I did 15. So, it's going to be a very sweet dough. And just doing 30 seconds, warm it up. Yeah, you're gonna like your new kitchen, man. It's gonna be good. Put this away. All I had to do was warm this up a little. Except there's the honey at the bottom, so we want to mix that in. Make sure it fully dissolves so that it can spread throughout the dough instead of just in clumps. You probably can't see shit. Just mixing it. You can see the olive oil, honey, and almond milk is mixing together real nice. Pour all that in. Yeah, you can see right at the end there we didn't dissolve all the honey. But that's okay. For like an entire weekend before you have to travel. It do be that way sometimes. I mean, it's kind of your fault for taking on that client, so. You did have to replace that other dog shit client that doesn't want to pay you. So, it makes sense. And again, just going for that nice shaggy dough consistency. And just going to use some more saran wrap. I always put a little bit more than I need to cover it for pizza dough because we're going to use the saran wrap later to wrap up the pizza dough ball. Wasn't a replacement, but the greatest contract I've ever made yet. I regret it because I won't be able to enjoy my apartment at all for the next few months. Yeah. Alright, now we let that wait for 15 minutes. See, we're close enough on the other one. We're just going to swap back and forth. Delete that. Restart 15 minutes. Okay, let's take this, bring this over. And just... And now we knead. Forgot to put flour on my hands. And to keep the dough from sticking, you can use flour, or what I actually like to use, I suppose I do this more for pizza dough, but you can use oil. Just get enough on your hand, mix it in, and now it doesn't stick. It's weird seeing you as a human, not a combined mass of polygons. Yeah, it's kind of weird. And then, I'm doing it kind of quick, but essentially what I'm doing is I'm pushing it sideways, and then I'm folding it over. You can use warm water instead of oil, but you see, oil makes the bread better, so I tend to use oil. And we're just elongating those gluten proteins. There we go. I need some flour. And it doesn't hurt to be generous with it. Because once it stops sticking and doesn't need any more flour, then it's at the perfect consistency to just knead and deal with it for the rest of the process. And what you can see about it, what I like about mixing it in at the start, is you can see how well the herbs are kind of spread throughout all of the dough. If I didn't mix it in at the start with the flour, I'd be throwing in herbs, folding it in, throwing in herbs, folding it in. And it takes a bit longer. Now, if you're using something really wet, like jalapenos, peppers, something like that, I do prefer to knead it in rather than mix it from the start, just because it really increases the hydration of the bread, makes it really sticky to work with. Which just is kind of a wet dough. See, it's kind of sticking still. So we're going to get a little bit more flour, a little bit on my hands, a little on the table. Get myself a futuristic looking armor. Okay, fucking snake. Yeah, snake would be my #1 fan. The closest I get to that, I mean, I have guns. I have a sword. It's a Cambodian or Thailand ceremonial sword that my dad got when he was in Vietnam. But no, I ain't got no armor. Please, I saved the armor picks for my OnlyFans. You know, I don't even know if this thing's picking up the right audio device. It might just be doing the laptop one. You can find all the links to my OnlyFans and Patreon down below the stream. There you go. Let me see here. Audio input capture. Let's do Rode default. Yeah, this whole time I was using the webcam audio from my laptop, which is pretty decent, but the Rode microphone is much nicer. So hopefully that's a little better for you. That's what I need to do. I need to create a platform where I facilitate donations. Like, you got to think about the business model of things like Patreon. Like, I bet you they take 20% off the top just to do nothing but process a credit card. So how do I develop something like that? Too much flour. That's okay. Mix it around. There's supposed to be some sort of test where you like stretch the dough. I have no idea how to do that, so I just knead it until I'm tired of kneading, and then I don't knead anymore. And they usually turn out pretty all right. We got snake in here. Ooh, baby. We're doing a twofer. I'm making bread and pizza. So while we wait for the bread, we'll eat pizza. Well, I'll eat pizza. You nerds will look foolish watching me eat pizza. So good and tasty. Oh. I think that's probably good. And now I just add it back into the bowl. And I don't want it to dry out. Generally, I'd use the smaller bowl, but I'm using it. So I just am going to drown it in some oil. so it don't dry out. Finishing slap. Ooh, baby. Oh, damn it. When I slapped it, some oil went up and hit my shirt. Yeah, it's okay. I kind of knead the oil into it. And now we're just going to leave it there to proof for 30 minutes. And my hand is all oily. I'm going to wash that. All right. Just fold that. Try to stop as much air circulation as we can. And ditch it. All right. We've been kneading for a while. Let's see how much longer we got on that timer. We got 3 minutes left. I think it's time to do the pizza dough. Oh, actually. 30-minute timer for that to proof. Don't want to forget that. I heard Armor and Snake and had to show up to see what all the hubbub was about. Ooh, baby. Let me tell you about all the armor. I don't have none. Sorry, homie. Ew. This is kind of dry. Did I not add enough? We're going to do the easy fix. A little bit of oil. My phone did some fun things to stream? What do you mean? Phone go burr. What, like refresh rate didn't sync up? So I think I got the camera on probably 30 frames a second. Or do I have it recording at 60? I don't know. That's not even recording, it's just doing pass through. Thinking of which, I gotta check the camera battery. We good. Phone go burr interference. How is there interference? Everything's hardwired. Poorly insulated cables. Bullshit. I guess I am streaming over Wi-Fi. A little bit more oil. I'm using a lot of oil on this one just because it was kind of that dry, almost grainy. What kind of stream is this? You call this professional? No. Fuck professional. I'm having fun and I get to eat at the end. So, fuck are you? I'm cooking today. What are you cooking, man? Hell yeah, lasagna. That's the good stuff. I gotta make pasta one of these days. I make a mean fettuccine. Some homemade Alfredo sauce. We're honing in on that sweet spot where I don't have to add any more flour or oil. I think I went a little too heavy on the oil. Now it's a little too much on the tacky side. Making things just takes too much time and effort. What do you mean? Making pizza dough takes no effort. I think you missed the part, but it's literally just flour, yeast, salt, and liquid. And you can add honey if you want. I like to add honey. Maybe that's why it's so weird. I added like 50% more honey than I generally do. I accidentally did 15 grams instead of 10. Either way, it makes a dough. Oh, my dog's over there sleeping. Hold up. Isn't she a cutie? Oh, sleepy and shit. It's cute because she kicks her little feet. Yeah. Okay, coming back around. Gotta angle everything down again. That looks good. Have to refocus properly. Right about there. Very nice. Actually, we'll do a little bit of zoom. All right. Now that is a precious doggo. She's adorable. Says a man who spent the last 10 minutes putting his back into a slob of flour. Hey, they used to call me a slob of flour back at the orphanage. Let's move this oil. All right, and I think this dough is about good. So, with the bread, we put it back into proof longer. For pizza dough, you don't proof it in a bowl. What you do is you get this, and you forget to do a step where you kind of bunch the dough together. And then you wrap it up real nice. The final slap. So good and tasty. And now that sits for 30 minutes. Or until I think it looks good. In which case I just go for it. Well, shit. Let's add another timer for 30 minutes. So I got 2 of them. Like it only took us 9 minutes to do that pizza dough. So now we got 20 minutes to kill, which I am going to use to prepare pizza toppings. Okay, what topping should I do? "30 minutes, don't worry, there's tons of shit to do in that time." We got our tam toes. Got our olives. We got our sauce. I have some left over from pizza that I did like 3 days ago. It was maybe 4 days ago now. And we'll break out our herbs. And in addition to our herbs, oh, fuck. In addition to our herbs, I'm going to do some jalapeno and some mushrooms. You think 3 mushrooms or 4 mushrooms? I'm actually going to hold off on the mushrooms for now. Put them over here. We're going to do some of the easier to cut up stuff. Let me get some cilantro. That was a lot of cilantro. I didn't need to do that much. Some parsley. And if I had basil, I would use basil, but I do not have basil. Some green onion. See, these are the things that you were talking about. They're very similar to chives, but they're a lot bigger. That's probably good. Yeah. Think like a really mild onion. That's what I would describe it as. They are green, and green things don't go in my mouth. What about me? My thing is green. Got him. Also, joke's on me if my thing is green. I got one joke, man. Don't hold it against me. Oh. This is a lot more slippy. I think it's because I was working with oil here. So now there's more for it to kind of slide around on. The fine flour and oil. I really should have broken out my actual cutting board. These are so much easier to clean though. Alright. I think that is pretty good. So what I'm doing with this, though you aren't holding it right, yeah, probably not. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just taking all of this, and this can's a little over halfway full of tomato sauce. And we're just gonna pour that in. Oh, and don't forget, a little bit of salt. A little bit goes a long way. What this does, it makes it so that the herbs are kind of spread throughout the sauce instead of sprinkling it on top. It's the way I like to do it. Put your index finger on spine of blade and pinch handle between fingertips. Yeah, like that. But the thing was, when I'm going rapid fire, I don't know, that seems easier. I got my hands clear, I got a good grip. The thing that I was talking about was this. The cutting board was sliding around. All right. I think I'm gonna hold off on cutting the rest. Proper technique is not always the easiest. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, now, what the fuck do we do for 15 minutes? Oh, hands are filthy. I'm gonna wash those. All right, we can talk about me growing virtual corn for 15 minutes. Why are you growing virtual corn? Hold up. fuck are you doing? Growing virtual corn to feed my virtual man. All right. Yeah, check out my art. That shit's cool. There you go. Now you can be weirded out by seeing the real Matt. My dog's staring at me. She thinks I'm talking to myself. What a cutie. All right. She's staring at me now. Come here, Doug. And you can see my cursed headset of doom that absorbs my life. The real Matt needs to straighten them spectacles. Well, here's the fucking problem with them. They were too tight. I got my glasses from Costco, and let's set that there. And what they did when they loosened them, they just grabbed pliers and fucking bend the shit out of them. And they bent them crooked, so I need to go back to Costco for them to fucking fix it. Because I'm a little upset, because I like these glasses, and they do not sit on my face right. Dog, stop licking my neck. Look at this cute mop. I need to take him to get groomed. What a good boy. Yeah, this is my place. It's me. We chillin'. Been chilling. It's way too hot in here. Doggo looks concerned for your current state. Which one? The one trying to lick me? Or the one just... Yeah, it's probably her. This is Chloe. She was my first dog, and she is adorable. This is Mojo. He was my second dog. I got him as a puppy. Oh. They just like attention. Gah. Come here. Bah. The real doggo that isn't a hungry dust mop. You trying to eat me, buddy? Is that it? Yeah. Look at him. All cute and shit. Dude, it was fucking weird earlier. Get down. Come on. Okay. So, what happened earlier was I had all my windows open and my sliding glass door open. And a couple of fucking kids walked up to my door and were calling in, asking if anyone was here. They were fucking upsetting my dogs. I went out on the deck with them for a minute, and they just kept talking. And I was playing the guitar at the time, so they're like, "Ooh, I wanna play on the guitar." I'm like, "Fine, play a few chords." And then they wanted to see my dogs. I said, "No, they'll bite you." And they said, "I don't care." I said, "Fine." So they met my dogs. But I don't like talking with children. They're kind of stupid. If I want someone to ask why I'm all alone and no one else lives in my apartment with me, I'll go see my mother. I say I'm jealous of the apartment. That's a nice apartment. Hell yeah. It is expensive though. And it's kind of on me. So I got a 2-bedroom. I'll give you the grand tour. You come in here. You hang up your shit there. You shit in there. You work in here. It's a complete mess right now because it's busy season. And holy shit, like, it needs to be cleaned. Yeah, here's the ultimate setup. I used to have a 4th monitor, but it burned out when I moved. And then I got my kitchen. It is pretty nice. Got my dirty dishes in the sink. Got my bedroom. Nice shit. And then another shitter. Yeah, that's my place. No, it's $18.50 a month. It's a lot. And then after utilities, it's a little over $2,000. So it's pricey. It's honestly a bit out of my price range. But the luxury of having your own place and having a dedicated room to work when you work exclusively from home is real nice. That's the best kitchen in an apartment I've ever seen. Well, that's because you haven't looked closely enough. This place, it looks nice until you look closely. The cabinets are dog shit. This one never stays shut. It always opens back up. And you just push it shut again. Forever. Don't ruin the image. Oh, and the dishwasher, the button's on. Let me show you. Hold up. Go. You can see the 1 hour wash, but the LEDs don't work for anything else except 1 hour wash, and they refuse to replace the LEDs, which is stupid. Yeah. This place is nice. I like it, even if it's a bit pricey. Oh, check out this rug. I fucking love this rug. Really ties the room together. If you get that reference. Oh, okay. Yeah, these things are crooked as fuck. So this side's high. This side's low. Or no, this side's high. Let's try to fix this shit. Watch as I bust them. New glasses. Fucking. Did I make it worse? I think I made it worse. Holy shit. Okay, so this side is high. Which means... if an LED is the only complaint, I'll take it. Oh yeah, they the fancy ones. I like the way they look, so it's worth the extra money to me. I have another pair that I like that are my backup pair. Let me go grab those. Yeah, I like these two. They nice. And you can see they're not crooked as fuck. Maybe it's me. Am I crooked? Let me put this on a flat surface. Okay, looking in a mirror, it looks good. Are my ears fucking off? I think I'm crooked. How have I never realized this before? It's not the glasses, it's my fucking face. That's comforting. Yeah. Yeah, I'm a little lopsided. That's what they used to call me back at the orphanage. Checking on the dough, you can see that's risen quite a bit. And you can see back there, it's kind of poofing out. That's what we want. Man's a little lopsided. I hang to the left. Oh, this is gonna bug me now. You know how there are things that you don't realize until someone mentions them, and then it's all you can think about? Well, that's me with having a lopsided face, apparently. Hey, buddy. So every time you hear my dog, it's probably these collars. This is my dog. Oh, dog. You can't step on my laptop. Gah. I don't notice it until the glasses. Maybe you should have them bend the frame so it looks straight to others. Okay. So it's not this one, it's this one. Is one ear just higher than the other? It's difficult to perceive when it's not on a flat surface. Let's do this. Holy shit. So it's this side. Hey, come watch me bake. Fucking plays with his glasses. Okay. The brow isn't level when you level the frames. You can also see with how it sits on the bridge of my nose. Like, there's a gap here. There isn't a gap here. Fucking weird. Alright. My alarm's going off. It's bread time. Are you ready, kids? We're setting the oven to 425 for the pizza. Alright, let's set this shit up again. Fuck. Why? Why isn't it fucking working? I can't see nothing. Okay, well, let's... No, it ain't fucking that. Okay. How do I fix my camera? Right. Transform. Fit to screen. That seems okay. It's a little out of focus. Let me come around. Put something to focus on. There we go. That shit. Is it only 720? I thought I set it to 1080. Let's look at this shit. Oh, I set the canvas resolution to 1080. The output scaled resolution is 720. I'll fix that for next time. Until then, you get 720p. Okay, but it is bread time. Which I need that. You forced me to see all them arm hairs. There's a few. Okay. So we want to grease this up. I keep it easy. Just some spray butter or spray cooking oil. And I just spray it all over my hand. Not a fan, but that's what we need. We're now taking this. We're just going to take our dough, pull it out. It's nice and oily, very moist, which is what we want. We want a moist bread, and I almost just needed this out of habit. So what we're doing here is we're just going to flatten it pretty well. And you can see how easy that flattens. That's because it's both moist and it had long enough to proof. You can see how all those herbs are spread throughout the dough. It's incredible. Little dog hair. Get rid of that. There's your slaps. All right. And now, what you've all been waiting for. Cheese. Let's do it. And now we take this and we're folding it over. Got to tend the pasta. All good, man. Take your time. I'm just gonna fold this over. And we got kind of like this double enveloped thing. And we gotta somehow fit that into this. You kind of just morph it, kind of press it down and out. You don't want it to go much wider, but you want it to go longer. You also kind of want to maintain those layers there. That's where your cheese is. And it's good. Leave that in there. Flatten it out a bit. And that is it in the pan. take our saran wrap again and cover that up. This one we don't have to wait 30 minutes. This one we have to watch it by eye. Once it gets about ½ inch above the rim, that's when we want to throw it in the oven. Ooh, got some cheese. Oven's preheated, which is good. Ooh, we got the other alarm going off. That means it's pizza time. I don't think we could have timed this better. Honestly, this is working out great. So, we're just going to cut up our mushrooms. Almost cut our fingers. But that just adds to the flavor, right? I need to cut these a little thinner. We got plenty of mushrooms there. That's good. And I like tomatoes, so I throw in chunks of tomato. And I just cut this up. Half of it goes to that dog. Half of it goes to this dog. And we got a nice flat surface. Thinly slice our tomatoes, which we don't really need slices, because I'm just going to chunk these up anyway. I wish I had basil. Basil goes great on pizza. Oh, this is not working. I'm going to sharpen my knife. Love me some tomato. Honestly, I don't know if I want jalapeno. I mean, this is going to be a great pizza. Do I need something spicy? I'm going to do jalapeno. Oh, that did not work the way I had planned. Yeah. Let's do it the old way. I'm just cleaning out the seeds over here by the trash. There we go. All right, I got little cuts on my fingers, so working with jalapenos, that's going to be real fun. All right, that is all of our toppings. Oh, with the olives. Gotta put this away. Or, actually, we want some meat on there. Right, I gotta put this flour away. Oh, Doug. Put the yeast and the salt away. Very nice. Now I have more space to store shit. And now, this is what we've been waiting for. Look at this. It's poofed up a lot. We're going to have a very bready pizza, which I love. Our little pizza pan. Let's clear out some of this. If any of that cheese gets on the bottom, it'll burn. I'm just going to unwrap this. It'll be a little sticky, but not too bad. Ooh, this is good. It's real fluffy, and I would love to learn how to do the toss the pizza dough thing and spread it out that way, but I genuinely don't know how. So I tend to kind of stretch it. You're gonna move in with? I'm gonna cook for you. I don't know about that, man. I don't like cooking for people. I like cooking with people. But the idea with stretching the dough is you're not compressing all of the little air bubbles that the yeast has made in its reaction. So what the yeast is doing, it's eating up the sugars and creating CO2, which creates tiny bubbles. I may have made a bit too much dough. You can see it's a bit bigger. Let's fold this up. We're going to have really thick crust here, which is good because I like thick crust. Yeah, look at that. That is a dough. I'm going to move in with you. Exchange, I will pay half the rent and buy you fancy high-dollar chef knives. Ooh, I have never had a fancy high-dollar chef knife before. I don't even know what a good knife is. I got an entire chopping block of Aster Cook for like 120 bucks, something like that. Remember we spread the herbs in the sauce earlier, so we don't have to spread the herbs on top. It'll just be baked into the dough and the sauce. It's excellent. And there is such a thing as too much sauce, so don't overdo it. Just a good coating. I don't know how to describe that other than you know it when you see it. But generally for pizza I use about half a can. Half of a 15-ounce can. So Wusthof is the premium German blade. Okay. Give me just a moment. We're going to be cutting this close. I need to get this pizza in the oven. Otherwise we're going to have our bread over proof. which we do not want. And that seems pretty good. A little bit more right there. And then more right here. Okay. Give me a moment. I'll read the rest of your thing in a moment. Okay. So what we want to do is mozzarella. And what I like to do is bring over our cutting board. We're going to create chunks of mozzarella. And put that over here. You kind of spread the chunks all over. And by doing chunks instead of grating it, you get more of a mixed texture. So each bite is a little different, has a little different of a bite. I can actually just rip some off. No, I can't. I might not be using enough cheese here, but I will be grating some on top just because I like having cheese on top. It tastes good. Break those chunks up. And now we want to do our meat. What do you think? Should I do the dry coppa or the Italian dry salami? They're both very good. You were saying Wusthof is the German blade, while Shun or Shun is the premium Japanese blade. They have different shapes and techniques. One singular blade can go for over $250. Hot damn. What do you think, man? What kind of meat? Going for the coppa, the Italian dry. Or do I do both? That's a thought. We're going to do a little bit of both. Something nice about this, it's got pepper along the sides. It's good stuff. Oh, I just went crazy with the one. Oh, yeah, so that was the Italian dry. Yeah, it worked out. Let's do that. Oh, I generally do the tomatoes down kind of in the sauce, but that's okay. I should have done one less mushroom, so it's going to be very mushroom heavy, but that's okay because I like mushrooms. And you're fucking wrong. We're going to do chunks of tomato. Oh, it's a chunk of jalapeno. I'm kind of regretting my decision to do. I left in the stem. What a dumbass. There we go. Because jalapenos, well, they aren't that spicy. They kind of destroy my asshole. My body just can't handle it. But they taste good, so. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is grate some more mozzarella over top. Oh, that was a big chunk. Seeing the real me changes your perspective of me. It's because of the lopsided face, isn't it? Okay, I need to stop eating all the big chunks that fall off, even though it's very good. We'll do just a bit of cheddar. Not much, just enough to add some flavor. And the reason I do a lot of cheese on the top and like to grate it on top is because you can tell when the pizza's done by when the cheese in the center kind of starts to bubble and brown a little bit. I'm just gotta oil the crust. When I do that, just a bit of oil. I'm gonna need more than that. Oh, not that fucking much. Hot damn. Oh, it's dripping. But this helps the crust get real nice and crispy. Good texture. Also helps lock the toppings in. Well, the thing is, yeah, with the way I laid out the meat, yeah, that's definitely true. But if I didn't do the meat before, then it would kind of sink into the cheese that I put as the base. I need to wash my hands. Oh, I'm sorry, dog. Are you okay? I've learned to step very lightly, because my dogs are always under my feet. Alright, throwing this in the oven. I'm going to set that timer for about 10 minutes. Generally it cooks around 15, but I like to watch it. Because I don't know the exact time it takes to cook these. I just always do it by eye. But something we can see over here is we timed this quite poorly. Look, it's already starting to go over the rim just a little bit. So it's going to be a little over-risen. We're going to have a very poofy bread, unless it overproofs, in which case it'll deflate in the oven, which we do not want. The salami is good. I'm gonna be eating good tonight, man. Now while we wait, I kind of like to clean. Because things get dirty. okay, buddy? My dog's sneezing. There's not much sauce left in there, but I'm not going to let it go to waste. I'm going to use it for some of the bread. I can dip it in and it tastes good. Oh, Doug. Oh, I forgot the olives. That's okay. We had plenty of toppings on there. I do like olives, though. So missed opportunity. Alright. This. Oh man, everything's a mess. There's oil everywhere. We're gonna do a clean. Okay. Very nice. This is why you need yourself a kitchen island. You can just use the entire thing as your work surface. It's excellent. And when you're done, you just spray it down. Perfect. All right. Oh, Doug. Put the laptop back so I can see what's happening. You overbaked your bread? You're making bread too, man? Hell yeah. Good stuff. You were distracted by me doing dishes and cleaning a countertop? I think that's on you, yo. You can see here, we're at the point where we should be throwing this in the oven, but we have something else in the oven, and I do not have 2 ovens. Yeah, it came out of a box. Hell yeah. How does that work? Is it like it just has all the mixture, or does it have the dough? Dough in a box? Get one of them double-decker ovens? Maybe someday. What I really want is when I get a house someday in my 40s, because the US real estate market is absurd, I want a pizza oven. Like, I think that would be incredible. Now you pull out the frozen garlic bread and put it in the oven. Welcome back. Okay, so what you missed is we got bread ready to throw in the oven. What we have in the oven is pizza. Sorry, bumped the mic there. But yeah, we got all sorts of good stuff. Let's come a little further out. Refocus. Okay, so what we threw on, oh fuck this. Let's do that. There you go. Now I can talk to you. So what we threw on the pizza was in the sauce. We mixed in all sorts of herbs. We did, help me out, homie. We did cilantro, we did parsley, we did green onion. And you mix that in the sauce so it's all in the pizza, well distributed, it's good stuff. And this lighting is terrible. Makes me look like I'm all oily. Gross. But the pizza, and then we did mushrooms, we did Italian dry salami, jalapenos, lots of mozzarella. I think that was it. I just made the shit and I don't even know. Yeah, it's good stuff. And it'll be ready soon. That alarm was just it telling me, hey, go watch the pizza because it's almost time. At which point we have to switch out the pizza with the bread. I pulled it over like you could see it, but the camera is entangled that way. But welcome back. Oh, hell yeah. Lemons make every drink better. Changed my mind. Who's Mark? This is the second time you've said, oh, hi, Mark. I don't get the reference. Is he someone who shills for Big Lemon? Makes water gross? I don't think so. Well, do you think I can juggle them? I haven't juggled since I was maybe 15 or 16. Woo! Oh! I think I'm done. I almost just threw a lemon at my new Mac. Okay. Oh, I should be watching that pizza. It's not going to be exciting, but I'm going to turn this, zoom it in, increase the ISO so you can actually see it. And we're going to sit here and watch the pizza. Never mind, we got 2 minutes. I just rotated and set up the camera so you could see what the fuck I was doing over there. I forgot to do the toggle. There you go. Fucking pizza man. But it's got another couple minutes. 2 or 3. Who the fuck is Billy? And this is super ready to go in the oven. Which means I should actually set that up. I am not repositioning the camera, so you get to see on the shitty laptop camera. I'm just grating some cheese over top. And I'll add a little nice texture to the crust of the bread. Oh, gee, Doug. You gotta stop laying under my feet, pal. I keep stepping on my dogs. Poor guys. Okay. My name is Johnny Mark. Okay. I don't understand the reference. I need to watch the pizza though, because it is almost time. We got a little longer. Okay, what goes well with pizza? Honestly, I'm probably just going to eat that entire thing because I'm a gross bastard. So I probably won't pair it with anything. Oh, I guess I have bread. Bread pairs well with pizza, right? Oh, it's looking good. Just imagining someone walking by and seeing some dude face against oven. Salad? Ooh, that's an idea. Pizza and salad. Oh, fuck! Go. Sorry for blowing your ears out. It was unintentional. Let's do this. Do that. Good. Oh, Doug. Okay. Okay, a little longer on the pizza. You're getting the shit view. There you go. Yeah, we'll do one at a time. Oh, not the stops. I adjusted the ISO while I was looking at the oven. There we go. Okay, a little longer on the pizza, about a minute. Look at that, I broke out the nice cutting board in the end anyway. Okay, so we have to pull this out of the oven. Okay. And now we have to set the oven. It'll be fine. Hey Google, set a timer for 30 minutes. All right. So if you wanted to see, here's the pizza. Looks pretty good. You are incorrect. Stops are for f-stop. It's the aperture. Or maybe stops is it's applicable to many things, but I've mostly heard stops referring to f, which is the aperture. So I could just be ignorant.